Alright, so in this problem I have x to the power of 3 is equal to x to the power of 5. So I want to find the value of x here. So for my solution, first start with x to the power of 3 is equal to x to the power of 5. Now, I'm going to subtract x to the power of 5 on both sides. So now these two are going to cancel out. Now I'll be left with x to the power of 3 minus x to the power of 5 is equal to 0. Now x to the power of 5 I can rewrite as x to the power of 3 plus 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, x to the power of 3 plus 2, that's going to equal x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 2. This is equal to 0. So now, from here, notice how both of these terms have x to the power of 3 in them. So if I factor out x to the power of 3, I get x to the power of 3 times 1 minus x squared. And this is equal to 0. So now from here, this gives me two equations. I have x to the power of 3 is equal to 0, and I have 1 minus x squared is equal to 0. So for x to the power of 3 equals 0, I'm going to take the cube root on both sides. So the cube root of x to the power of 3, that's simply x, and the cube root of 0 is simply 0. So x equals 0 is one solution to this problem. Now, for 1 minus x squared equals 0, I'm going to add x squared on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and now I have 1 is equal to x squared. So now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. So I have the square root of 1 is equal to square root of x squared. So the square root of the square root of x squared, that's simply equal to x, and the square root of 1 is equal to the positive or negative 1. So these are two more solutions to this problem. So now to check, I have x to the power of 3 is equal to x to the power of 5. So first off, let's check 0. If x equals 0, I have 0 to the power of 3 is equal to 0 to the power of 5. 0 to the power of 3 is 0, 0 to the power of 5 is 0, so this is right. So now if x equals 1, I have 1 to the power of 3 is equal to 1 to the power of 5. 1 to the power of 3 is 1, 1 to the power of 5 is 1, so this is right. And finally, if it's negative 1, I have negative 1 to the power of 3 is equal to negative 1 to the power of 5. Negative 1 to the power of 3 is negative 1, negative 1 to the power of 5 is negative 1, so this is right as well. So all three of my solutions are right. Alright, so in this problem, I have 5x to the power of 5 minus 5x is equal to 0. So, to solve this problem, I'm going to first start by factoring out 5 from 5x to the power of 5 minus 5x. So now I have 5 times x to the power of 5 minus x is equal to 0. Now, I can go ahead and divide both sides by 5. So then these two cancel out. And now I'll be left with x to the power of 5 minus x is equal to 0 divided by 5 is 0. Now, x to the power of 5 minus x, I can simply factor out x from here. So now if I factor out x, I get x times, x to the power of 5 divided by x is x to the power of 4. And negative x divided by x is negative 1. So this is equal to 0. And now this is going to give me two equations. I have x is equal to 0, and I have x to the power of 4 minus 1 is equal to 0. So x equals 0, this is already a solution. So now I'm going to go ahead and solve x to the power of 4 minus 1 equals 0. Well, x to the power of 4, that's the same thing as x to the power of 2 times 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So x to the power of 2 times 2, So we go x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 minus 1 is the same thing as 1 squared. So this is equal to 0. Now, if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, if x squared to the power of 2 minus 1 squared, a is equal to x squared and b is equal to 1. So I have x squared plus 1 times x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. So this gives me two equations. I have x squared plus 1 equals 0, and I have x squared minus 1 equals 0. So for x squared minus 1 equals 0, I can simply add 1 on both sides, and I'll be left with x squared is equal to 1. Now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Square root of x squared is simply x, so I have x is equal to positive or negative 1, because the square root of 1 is positive or negative 1. So these are two solutions. And now x squared plus 1 equals 0. I'm going to start by subtracting 1 on both sides. So I have x squared is equal to negative 1. Now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Square root of x squared is x, and the square root of negative 1, this is actually equal to the imaginary number I. So I have x equal to positive or negative I. So these are two more solutions to this problem. So my solutions are x equals 1, x equals negative 1, x equals 0, x equals I, and x equals negative I, for negative I. So these are my 5 solutions to this problem. Alright, so in this problem I have 5 to the power of x is equal to 7. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log on both sides. So now I have log 5 to the power of x is equal to log 7. Now if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can simply move this exponent b to the front. So this is going to equal b times log a. So in this case, I have log 5 to the power of x. So I can move x to the front. So now I'm going to have x times log 5 is equal to log 7. Now, to simplify this, the value of log 5, this is equal to approximately 0.8451. Log 5, this is actually equal to 0.6990. And log 7, this is equal to 0.8451. So these are my two values for log 5 and log 7. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start by dividing both sides by log 5. So then these two cancel out. And now I'm going to be left with x is equal to log 7 over log 5. Now, I know that log 7, this is equal to 0.8451. And log 5, this is equal to 0.6990. So now I have 0.8451 over 0.6990, which is equal to 1.2090. So this is my answer. So now to check, first start with 5 to the power of x equals 7. I know that x equals 1.2090, so I have 5 to the power of 1.2090 is equal to 7. Now, 5 to the power of 1.2090, that's equal to approximately 6.99, so I have 6.99 equals 7. And 6.99 rounds up to 7, so I have 7 equals 7. And because this is right, my solution is right.
Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 10 to the power of 3 minus x equals 1. So whenever we're solving exponential equations similar to this one, we always want to make sure that our bases here, in this case 10 and 1, we want to make them the same. Because let's just say I have a to the power of x, and this is equal to a to the power of y. Well, we know that these two terms are equal to each other or the same, and we can see that both of them have a base of a. Well, in this case, doesn't that mean that their exponents are the same as well? Because if they're different, then that means this would be wrong. They can't be different because their base is already the same, meaning their exponents have to be the same as well. So in this case, if we were to change the bases so that they're the same, then we would know that the exponents are the same as well, so we could just set the exponents equal to each other and solve for x. So we want to make the bases of 10 and 1 equal each other. Well, that means that we have to change one of the bases. And we can't really change 10 to be equal to 1, so why don't we change 1? Well, 10 to the power of what equals 1? 0, right? Because anything to the power of 0 actually equals 1. So we should change 1 to 10 to the power of 0. And this still equals 10 to the power of 3 minus x. Now notice how these two bases are the same, just like this one. And think of 3 minus x as x and the 0 as y. Because these two bases are the same, then that means that these two exponents are the same as well. So we can just ignore the bases for now and just set 3 minus x equal to 0. And now, as you can see, we've created a simple equation using our method. So now, to get the value of x, we're going to have to make it go to the right side. So we're going to add x on both sides. And these two cancel out. So we're left with 3 equals 0 plus x is x. So now we have our value for x. Now, why don't we go ahead and plug it in to our equation? So this gives us 10 to the power of 3 minus 3 equals x. So 3 equals 1. 10 to the power of 3 minus 3 is 0 equals 1. And remember, anything to the power of 0 equals 1. So 10 to the power of 0 equals 1. So we have 1 equals 1. And this is right, meaning our answer of x equals 3 is right.